Hi guys, it's Ease here. So it's been a while since I shared my last update on my adding new collections into uh, my box. Now, of course, here we are with 4 of the graded cards that recently returned, and one of them is a Vanguard card. If you do follow up my previous related about this card, you probably will know that I am going to send it, but if you don't, it's okay. You will see what it is very soon. Um, so far, that's my second graded Vanguard cards. The first one is this Chronojet ASR that I have got very early stage of the set release, which has been 2021, so is about 2 years ago, I think, probably. So very happy to actually get another Vanguard card added into my collection. Maybe later I will be getting a lot more Vanguard cards graded, but of course grading cards is not cheap, so I need to make sure the ones that I want to send usually have a little bit of value, that when it comes back, even if it's just a collection, is probably something that I do want them to be in the case, and then like this. And if someone is actually willing to purchase one of them, then maybe I can talk about it. Maybe depending on the price, depending on a lot of things that I'm not going to tell here because it will be a very long story, and that's another thing. And also, not only about these 4, I do have a lot of different add-ups on the single cards that I bought that are added into my collection, and there are a lot of them. So let's go over the graded card first, and then next I will be showing you what's with the remaining stuff. Right, so let's start with the Pokemon card first. So this one is actually a VGS 10 Lugia, but this one is the traditional Chinese one. The reason I'm getting the traditional Chinese one is purely because it's the cheapest. At the stage that I was looking for this card, I have a few options. First, of course, this Chinese version, when I bought it, it's around 1k Hong Kong dollars, which for now I think you can just get it somewhere around 800 Hong Kong dollars, which is almost 100 USD. So the traditional Chinese version is actually quite cheap, but if you get a VGS 10 or PSA 10, you probably would generate a lot of value for you. But I mainly get the Lugia V alternate art because I love the art, and at that time I don't want to pay for example, the English one is almost 300 USD, something like that, or maybe even a little bit more. Yeah, at that time. And then the JP one is how much? That's almost 500 or something, or even more. So I'm not even looking at a Japanese one. I did try to pull it myself with a box or two, but just if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't, kind of thing. But this one, since it's around 100 USD, so it's okay to actually get it and try to gamble for a BGS, because I am going to take care of it for myself. I do have some other Lugias that I do have that I was going to send to CGC, but then because of the middleman also told us that CGC requires them to have a certain amount of quantity of cards that got sent to them before they actually consider to pick up the work. So it didn't happen. The cards came back, and then I just give it to a friend of mine and try to send it for PSA. So when they come back, you will see me have a few more Lugia cards into my Lugia collection. Of course, I still don't have the very old Neo Genesis one. It's going to be too expensive, so unless I found something pretty cheap, probably a PSA 4 or 5, something like that, and if it doesn't look too bad, I probably will just get it and just call it a day. Yeah, but very happy with the 10 because I kind of not expecting to get a lot of 10s, sometimes a 9.5. Like if you do see my previous like sharings and stuff, uh, like usually I get 9.5s, 9.5s, 8s, 9, 8.5. So the grades that I get is not usually a 10, usually a 9.5. And I do have 2 Mario Pikachus that are at 9.5 and I sold them already, which I got some money back and very happy. So, and as you can see the grades, that I am almost getting a black label. It is only the edges that didn't get 10, but it is what it is. And I probably won't be working any harder to like resend it, send it to BSA, because I think send it to BSA, get a 10 is still just kind of like a BGS 10. So I'd rather just keep a BGS 10 unless it's a black label. But if it's just a little bit point there, it probably won't get there. That's what I think. Next is a Vanguard card. Now again, this was my first submission of my Vanguard card, and the second one is actually the upgraded office with the sign right there, with the character sign. So this is a card that I pull with one box that is from the Vanguard Fest, that my friend bought one booster box of this little festival collection, sent it to me, and then I open it, and then I just crack this guy out. So yeah, immediately I just know I need to send it to grading, but unfortunately it's at 9.5. But I am not too sad about this, because if you see the rest of the two and compare with the Lugia, then I would talk about more about the overall thing. So for some reason Vanguard cards is quite hard to actually get a 10, maybe just me. If there's more other like hierarchy cards, then I probably will try again and see if I can actually get my first BGS 10 on my Vanguard cards, which I hope I do. The service is 9, and then with the ASR, the service was 9.5. So, but this time the corners and edges are 10. So condition wise, this one is slightly better, but the service to them is bad. But if I just look at the card, I don't see this kind of a service issue. So maybe it's because of how Vanguard cards are printed, makes them feel like it's kind of damage on the surface, but I fresh pull it, so that's nothing more I can do. But overall, very happy with 9.5 still. It's still better than 9, better than 8. It's still with a gold label. That's all that matters. And the next is a Dragon Ball card, and it's the secret rare SS4 Vegito. And this one is also almost getting a black label, which only missing a little bit on the surface. And I don't know this trip, there's a lot of like service kind of issue, which I don't think is an issue, but very happy with the 10 still, and I almost get there. So again, I probably won't be cracking this out and do it again, because I'm almost going to the top, but that top is that hard, right? So again, very happy with another 10 adding into my collection, and this one is the one that I am like the most happy with. It's not perfect, but I'm happy enough. And this card is actually the God Rare Bardock, and this card I put myself. Same with this Vegito. Unfortunately, it was like me cracking a whole case in the morning, so I wasn't actually ready for any kind of recording. So you wouldn't see me at the moment of me pulling this card. But I'm so hyped. It's like suddenly I just bought a case and it's not guaranteed, and then it just came out. I missed the previous GDR Vegeta. It's cost me so much to actually get one, so I didn't bother. Maybe later I will. But having a 10 on this card, and again it's a service almost there, is really good enough, because the plan is I send it first to BGS and then see what I get. If I get a black label, that will be like crazy. If I got a 10 like now, I'm happy. If it's like below 10, then I probably will crack it and send it to PSA hoping for a 10. Right, so that's the plan. And now I get a 10, so and this card is so expensive that it's not that easy to actually get the black label out, because not only the card condition needs to be perfect, but at the same time I think whatever grading company that is, they are looking into like how many copies of the cards that are being available, and they don't want them to spam the highest grades with a lot of copies, because that will just drop value, and that will also make people question about how they grade cards, right? So I was hoping for like a black label to make me extremely happy, but 10 is totally fine. And these are the ones that I did send, and also with the previous ones that I can also show you that in a batch. So same thing that I sent through with this batch and came back earlier was like the PSA 10 Umbreon, which is still the star of my collection. A PSA 8 Rainbow Dragon, which is a surprise, and another surprise, which is a PSA 4 Ghost Rare Part 2 Dragon, and then my Armor Master with a little bit printing off, kind of like a misprint stuff, that got a 7. And then lastly is this Flesh and Blood Dragon card, Nakura, which also get a 10. So these are the ones that I did send off at the same time, but BGS came back a little bit late, so that's why I couldn't just show them off when I got those. But again, very happy with these results. And if you just look at the values, you rather the Vanguard card to become a 9.5 rather than any of these becomes 9.5. I can't afford the Lugia to become 9.5, but the God Ray I really can't afford that. To make sure it is a good collection, right? But of course, I will still be aiming for a BGS 10 Vanguard cards, and hopefully I can actually get one later. So let's actually put the office on top. And then, what else do I have recently as a collection? First are these Urara's Overtriggers. So these ones are the Japanese wordings ones. I do have the English one that got sent to me with another package, but I'm not going to mix it up here. So I do have the English one, I do have these Japanese ones. Actually, I have a lot of them, and I have another 4 copies, but then because a friend of mine just bought it, so it's for a friend, so it's okay, right? And if you don't remember, I do have the other version of the CMY Overtrigger as well, and I do have a lot of them. I also gave one to Kaotaku, like as a celebration of his wedding, and then I just noticed that card actually did worth a little bit on the JP side, so I think I gave him a good gift. So yeah, and also a blessing for his wedding, right? So this is one thing. And then next are like these English ones, World Overtrigger, that I'm still collecting. I am still missing the Dark States Heal Trigger. I think it's the Heal Trigger. That one I still need to find, but I don't think it's costing a lot. I just need to find something to just get them all over together. And finally, I actually get to get this Chinese version of this Stoichia Overtrigger. Look at this beauty. It cost me so long to actually find a copy at the same time, which is kind of affordable. I bought this within 500 RMB, so it's not cheap, definitely not cheap, because it's not easy to find. I did crack a few boosters and didn't see it around, and I don't know actually the ratio in a case, so Yeah, and I have been looking into like many sites, many days. I couldn't actually find one, and because a friend of mine went back to China for holiday, and then I told him like if you see one, do let me know, and then he found me one. So I'm very happy to finally get this copy. Um, there are a lot of cards that I still want to hunt for, but that I really couldn't just get them. Like the gold foilings with words on the first set over triggers, I still probably can buy them, but then the price I don't see is like motivating me to get it. But these ones, because it's a completely exclusive, those ones are kind of exclusive as well, but the art is still the same. But this one is completely different. You can only find it in the Chinese version, and the lyrical ones is also out. So I can see people already like trying to hunt for them, and also some people are trying to sell them, but it's really hard to find unless you're in China. So far I don't have a lot of connection in China, so I do need to rely on some sites to actually find them. But yeah, which will be hard. And at the same time, I also got myself another secret rare on Dragon Ball with the Goku, which I will be actually using in the deck, so I don't care about it, the condition of the card too much. As long as it looks clean, it doesn't need to be perfect. I just chuck it in the deck and use it. Yeah, so they're here. And then I bought it from Japan, a DSL Dragon Tree, because I love the art. Bruce, I might still get it, but it will be later, because I will be going to Japan for VG Fest. So far it's planned. If anything goes right, I will be there. You will be seeing me maybe doing some vlogs. At least you will see me doing some unboxing stuff. Or I will do it live, so that one, I don't need to work on the editing, because I won't be taking any working computer with me on editing. So unless you want to see it later, which I probably not prefer it. So yeah, there we are. But this one, the Dragon Tree, I get it right on time, I guess, because at first it was so expensive. It was almost like 1,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is like more than 100 USD. But then I missed that chance, because I first asked a shop that I'm interested, and I'm like, I can't afford around 1,000 Hong Kong dollars, and then they just say someone is asking for a little bit more, so I raised it a little bit, and then he said the guy raised a little bit more, than because it's completely out budget or out of the range that I want to get it, because I know I can just find one within 1,000 Hong Kong dollars, and then I rather, okay, if someone willing to pay more, let him get it, right? Because with Vanguard DSR, they are expensive. They aren't actually that hard to find compared to this, right? Compared to this probably is still kind of easy in some way, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's something that you can reach and you have a chance to pull. This one, you might be able to reach it, but it's not that easy to pull. That's the difference. So that I just wait, and then I check on the Japanese sites like 2 days, like per 2 days, and then I suddenly see them starting to all drop below 10k yen. So it's somewhere, when I actually get one, it's around 600 to 700 Hong Kong dollars. So it's even way cheaper than the early price that I'm willing to pay for. So I immediately just act, and I bought one and get it sent to me. And because of that, I was having 7 Dragon Tree in a case. I sold 3 to a friend of mine, and then I keep 4 so that I can actually make any kind of Dragon Tree deck if I want to. I still need to make them and make a deck profile for you guys. So far I don't have them ready yet. I guess I need to actually play test the stuff before I show you guys. yeah, and then disappears. So I bought it, and then now my friend can have a fourth copy. So everyone's happy. Just me paying a lot of money, right? And this is also adding in my collection, which is a Flesh and Blood legendary card, Shiana Diamond Gemini. So this is a hero card that almost brought me into the game, but and then I choose the actual one that is workable, which is Levia. Of course, we don't have a lot of updates, so I have been like stayed away for the game for a bit because I didn't get any upgrades on the deck that I play, and it's usually just the same thing repeating. So I rather wait for more updates, then I can actually be more motivated to play the game, right? With Vanguard, we almost get new stuff every single month or 2 months, so it's more motivating to play Vanguard than playing Flesh and Blood. So, but overall, it's still a good game. Same as the Dragon Ball, it's still a good game. I just didn't get a chance to play with these games too much. But for Dragon Ball, we will get a digital version, so I'm happy to actually wait for that to come and be happy, right? Yeah. So overall, these are my current collections. So there's a lot of things, a lot of different card games involved, but mainly other Vanguard stuff. I am still looking for like more Vanguard cards, and if you didn't see me post on Twitter, I'm still missing like the OG Ghidorah from G era in SP in JP. I have 3 copies. I'm still missing one. Maybe one day I will get my 4th copy, maybe. And since we're actually getting a lot more reboots on older cards, maybe one day the OG Ghidorah can actually work a lot better. But we will see. But at least my 4 OG Dark Face SPs can get a place to shine once we get the V and Premium Collection stuff or selection stuff released. Then I can actually play those decks again, and I do have my 4 SP guys ready, so definitely I can be ready for Megaclone, I can ready for Touch, right? Which are the 2 clans that I do love to play in older eras, right? So I will wait for that to come and just enjoy, right? Is in the end we collect cards because we like the cards, we like the game, we just want to have more cards into our collection so we can make our binder shiny, we can make our showcase area shiny, looking good with our favorite cards. Sometimes they will generate value for you, sometimes they are just a card that stay in a good case ready to show off, just to show people that how much you love for the card. For example, you can have like a whole page of Maelstrom from different eras, right? This is another collection. You can also have like a group of PSAs, a group of BGS graded Maelstrom for different versions that you collect, that you're aiming for 10s, right? So there's a lot of ways to actually collect your cards, a lot of ways that you can find something that you are like liking through playing card games, through watching anime, a lot of stuff. But do remember, make sure you estimate your own like financial status. Don't just spam all the money in, and then when you are looking back, you don't have money, and then you actually need the money to do some stuff. Because I'm no financial advisor, so I am buying stuff that I think I can afford, and also like great cards because I do like some of the cards, and most of them I pull them myself. I didn't actually buy a lot of raw cards myself to just get upgraded. I only bought a few, and they are something that I can afford, which will hurt me in bad way and in a very damaging way that I can afford. It won't hurt my normal life, and then go for it. So do make sure you do your estimate. If it's too much for you, I'd rather you just let it go than jump in and then regret, right? So make sure you make your choice. Rather play a few more decks than buying a expensive cardboard and then you don't have money to play with your friends and then you start not loving the game because you don't have the card because you don't have the money. That's not the point. Yeah. So that's it for this video. Hopefully I can show you guys my next batch of collection very soon. Again, I don't know when they will come back. I do have quite a few things sent out, and some of them are actually like a holy grail level of stuff, kind of like this. So I'm looking forward to see them come back, and when they are, you will see me make another video for it. Yeah. So subscribe to my channel for more this kind of showcase on my collections, unboxings, Vanguard deck fights, deck profiles, which I'm working hard to also complete a few more because I do have some coming in. Then I need to test my decks out, then you can see. Like this video, show it to your friends, so help me to get a lot more different people to actually view it and share as a community. So when people start discussion, then we can just keep it going in the comments down below, right? And yeah, that's all I need to say today. Enjoy collecting your cards, enjoy your hobby. Sometimes trying to get your cards adding some value may be a good thing, but do make sure you estimate your own financial status. Don't go for something that make you regret. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.